who wants to give us a summary of last session?
We made it to the center of the cave and met the creator of Seeker and also our newest party member, Helicon.
Or perhaps old. But yes, met up with, Haladon again, who had previously adventured with the party and has been spending time with their creator, Cladis.
I don't quite recall what Cladis wanted us to do, though. Emotional moments were had, but Cladis asked us to do something and that we would meet up with Cladis later to... Was it a staff? Were we trying to get a staff?
Yeah, we were trying to find the staff that Lastanak took.
Oh, there we go.
All right. And then you guys had also been asked to do some stuff with the voice stealer and the phylactery thingies.
Yes, that's also true. We got a lot going on. We have a checklist.
You do, and I think I have a headache, so a little bit of my recall is fuzzy here. But I seem to remember the phylacteries were involved in actually being able to get to that staff.
I think so, yeah.
Well,
What was it again?
desperately
Desperately trying to remember exactly what we were supposed to do. Oh well.
Damn, no notes.
I think I forgot last time. That or I've just grossly misplaced it. Let me check my files. It's lost in the sauce, I'm afraid.
Okay, well, the first things first is the party was directed to go to a particular island as part of looking for the little, like, phylactery thingy-mabobs. And you only needed one, there could be several. But, party manages to get transport to the particular island, which is where we will first be picking up with the party's arrival there. And this is going to be a 3D map, so prepare your CPU fans.
CPU fans are primed and ready.
I'm still not at my desk when someone rolled initiative for me.
We're not in a fight.
Not yet. Oh, sorry. Not yet.
It certainly could rapidly change.
Right, just remembered I'm supposed to also put the little camera in here.
Whoopsie.
but you actually have a 3D model for your character. That's cool.
Yeah. Well, 3D art is kind of like the art that I actually can do decently with. So.
3D model, Yahoo.
So is everyone loaded?
No.
Yeah, just one problem.
Yeah.
Should be Haladon instead of Zale.
All right. I haven't switched that out in the party, so I just. Anyway.
There he is.
There he is.
I'm so sorry. Fuck.
Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. I've been throwing up all day, so.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh. I guess the question is, are you still in that issue, or are you, like, recovered?
No, I'm still jumping back and forth. I just wanted to tell y'all, so you ain't sitting here waiting
Okay.
for me.
Yeah. All right, thanks for letting me know.
Yeah,
Get better soon.
I'm so sorry it took so long for you to say something.
Please get some rest.
Yeah, I'm going to bed now. Let's see.
See ya.
Youch. Stomach bug, no fun.
Oh yeah. Been there, done that. It incidentally played into like one of the major sources of my OCD for a long time. So until COVID happened, basically when something scarier came along, then the other fear became a lot less.
I see.
You know how it goes.
Yeah,
How's your loading, Paolo?
I'm in.
Okay. Well, now that we're on the island, and I guess I will roll for Zochi, but everyone roll perception. You can roll this publicly.
Thank you.
I totally forgot that I put her pronouns as she, her, mommy.
Sure did.
Oh, I just noticed
Whoa.
that Maria is still called Test 1. Oopsie.
Sus.
Oh, Lottie, what have I done to my desktop? Give me a second.
Oh.
Now that we're actually playing, I'm going to put that test build away and actually work on my sheet that I actually use.
Give me a moment. It's just whatever is going on my desktop right now. Just like opening UI windows is gods. Okay. Fixed Maria's token at least for this map. The rest of the fix will be later.
While that's happening, Maria looks around. Well, this is nice. All that it's missing is a few chairs and a muscular man to fan me and hand me drinks.
It's really open.
While I am relatively strong, I don't know if I could describe my inherent strength as muscular.
Kava doesn't see shit. Kava like found a coconut on the beach, and oh my god, is it interesting?
Kava distracted by the plant life. Shocking.
Right?
Paladon, you are a good friend, but not my type for this sort of situation.
Oh damn.
I see. I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Maria rubs her temples. I'm not disappointed. I don't even think you quite understand what I'm getting at. But anyway.
No.
All right.
Seeker climbs onto Halidon's shoulder.
All right. Well, Maria is the first to notice, although soon followed by Seeker and Zochi, is that the island, despite the fact that there are clearly huts on it, is very, very ominously quiet.
Hmm. You know, there are quite a few buildings here, but I don't see any residents. That is concerning for a village.
Oh, and when
See,
I
I told
say
you it's too open.
Oh, and when I say quiet, I don't just mean that you don't see anyone. You don't hear anyone. You don't hear any like bustling or any kind of activities even coming from any of the huts.
Do I
It's
hear
just
any wildlife or
off in the distance. So all you hear right now is the ocean and maybe some distant seabirds.
Hmm. Maria says, it's quiet. Too quiet.
I told you this place was too open. Where are you supposed to hide if a vulture attacks?
I don't think vultures are going to attack us on a tropical island.
You don't know anything.
Well, the huts seem to have open doors, so we could just duck into one and hope the vulture doesn't, figure out how to get inside. I don't know how big they are.
4 times the size of you.
Yeah, I think they're not getting in there, especially if you hide under one of the beds or maybe in one of the closets or I don't know what's in those huts.
Maybe.
Or wait until it sticks its head through the door and bite its neck until its head falls off.
Stab it in the head until its mask falls away, and then you can get to the fleshy bits. But I
Are
think
these
that's getting a little off track. Where the hell is everyone?
I don't know. I think we should look around. I'm assuming we've had a long rest.
Yeah, at least a decent rest, like, traveling. Unless, I kind of forget if you kind of just portaled onto this island, but I'll let you have your long rest for all of this.
Thank you, because I don't have any fucking spells.
Did that work? Okay, yeah, there. I was like, why can't my health not go back up to full? And then I remembered I was under the effects of the energy mutagen, which makes my health uh not be able to go back to full. Anyway.
Definitely I don't want to be doing that. All right, so while you are searching, just anyone who is actually doing a more active search, go ahead and roll one more perception check.
Is doing an active search. Should this be
I'm at my
private?
desk. What are we looking for again? Sorry.
Well, there's kind of a looking around right now. So one thing is that your character, and all the characters by now are aware of the fact that the island is way too quiet, especially for the fact that there's clearly signs of people living here. Like, none of these huts look like they're decrepit or anything like that. They look fairly well maintained for all intents and purposes, so it's definitely too quiet.
What if they all went on a fishing trip?
Normally you don't send every single person in your village on a fishing trip. There would be women and children and elderly people that would stay in the village and do other things besides fish.
Oh, I wouldn't know. My kind's nomadic.
Well, even with nomadic tribes, there are still people that would stay in whatever campsite you had while the others went out and foraged.
Um,
Either way,
I guess.
Either way, let's look around and see if we can find anyone or any sign of what happened here.
Seeker goes to the first hut and goes inside.
The giant muscular foxwoman with tiger stripes peeks her head through the door of this hut.
I'll look at this one, I guess.
Why is there a pot on the bed?
They're pot people.
I
Why is there a pot with teeth on the bed? What the fuck is on this bed?
is that a worm? Or is this a weird fleshlight?
Do I need to roll
joke?
initiative?
Is it the Dune popcorn buckets?
It kind of looks like it.
Yeah, that was what I was saying. That was
Oh
what I
my
saw.
god. What is that freak?
What is this?
I stick my dick. At any rate,
Stop. You're not gonna have one if you do that.
well, luckily Maria doesn't have that equipment. Anyway,
Yet.
I'm sure she probably could make a mutagen that would give her one temporarily.
Transgender mutagen.
There is
There's
actually
already one.
that is a thing. If you take it consecutively every day for like 6 weeks, it's permanent.
Oh wait, there's a similar pot over
The
here in the middle
superior-
of the thing.
The superior HRT.
After looking at seeing the weird pots with teeth, I'm gonna go look over here at the one that's right in the middle of the town for no reason.
Maria has the recipe for it. Elixir of gender
Hello?
transformation.
What is this thing? DM, please, why are there pots with teeth?
Go ahead and roll occultism.
Are they
Alright,
moving?
okay.
Do they do anything? Are they just sitting there?
Right now, they just seem to be sitting there, but they're very ominous.
Alright, actually, hold on. I'm gonna do. What is this? I'm gonna make it so that I'm gonna. Fuck. No, I already rolled it. I can't redo it again. Damn. Never mind.
Does the one that I am near inside the hut do anything to react to my new presence?
Do any of my lore skills apply to this? I have 4.
Does astrology or fortune telling or games will apply here?
I don't think so.
You never know.
This
We
is
don't know
worms.
we don't know what this thing is.
It's a worm.
It might be a
Sorry, give
worm.
me a moment.
Okay.
Mimic.
Bed mimic? What is it trying to mimic? A worm?
Some sort of ceramic pot?
I don't know.
Are they pod people?
I don't know. A worm. I wonder if you can take knitting needles on an airplane.
Yes. As long
Does
as
it
they're
have
not
to-
metal.
Does it have to be in your carry-on bag?
You can knit on an airplane. That is a thing that you can do.
I'm gonna look it up.
But they don't allow metal knitting needles. They have to be the plastic ones.
Oh, that have to be. What about wood?
Wood would probably be okay.
I don't really think there are plastic knitting needles. I've only ever seen metal and bamboo or wood. Any sharp objects in checked bags should be sheathed or securely wrapped to prevent injury to baggage handlers and inspectors.
I found
What are you reading?
I
Well, I'm on
found
the
a pack
TSA
of
website.
14 plastic knitting needles on
Why?
I've
or-
never used plastic knitting needles.
Why are you on the TSA website?
Because I just asked if you can take knitting needles on a plane, because it's a sharp object.
You're gonna
I
go
wouldn't be
ignore storage
taking
on
metal
somebody?
ones. I just want to take my scarf with me. I don't remember what they're made of. Some sort of wood.
Probably that would be fine.
Most of mine are made of bamboo. I didn't like metal ones. They don't grip the yarn.
I did not know you knitted.
I do knitted. I have knitted many things. I do a lot of handcrafts. I'm currently sewing.
I know how to sew, mostly for repairs to clothing and stuffed animals. It comes in handy when you have small children.
I'm sure. I'm not very good at repairs, but it makes it functional again. I can just sew.
Here's one I did.
Okay, at least
A
put a
couple of days
button
ago.
on.
Nice.
I sewed the strap back on this backpack because my daughter managed to pull it out.
Excelente.
I also went ahead and reinforced all the other attachments for the straps because they were all coming loose because
Good idea.
whoever put that backpack together did not sew it well.
That seems to be the case for a lot of shit nowadays.
Although I have no idea how much my ex paid for it, but it was clearly very cheaply made. It's a little like toy backpack shaped like a capybara.
Yeah. I was trying to guess what it was from the backside.
I don't think I have a picture.
Round fuzzy bag. I wonder what it could be. Bear.
Oh, yeah, it's a little backpack that's shaped like a capybara, and then it came with a bunch of little like coin purses shaped like baby capybaras.
Mm,
My daughter carries
Cute.
snacks around the house in it.
cute.
Honestly, if you know how to do a lock stitch and a square stitch, you can fix most things.
I'm seeing mixed opinions in this YouTube comment section. I'll really just take a book. I'm taking a lot of books. Planes are dumb. What are these cursed worms? Alright, well, let me go check on my washing. I'll be back in a minute.
That reminds me, I should put my stuff to wash.
Yuli? Dominic in the bathroom? Okay. Did they have any snow shovels? Okay. Did they have any snow shovels at my place? Okay, what's over? No snow shovels. It's a tractor supply. No snow shovels. I'm not surprised. All right. Well, thank you for checking. Appreciate it.
Hello.
Hello.
Oi, oi.
Where has the DM gone?
That's a good question.
There you are.
Just checking on some things real quick. Sorry. I'll get back to you in just one sec.
Okity dokity.
Oh, kiddly do kiddly.
Totally.
Okay, so slight apologies on my end. I got something mixed up, so I'm gonna back things up just a little bit. So the party hasn't actually gotten to the island yet.
Okay. The mystery of the worms is never gonna be fucking solved.
Oh no! It will be solved. There's just I did things out of order, so apologies.
It's all good. I just want to know what these fucked up worms are. They're scary.
Okay, give me a second.
Okay.
Okay, so where the party actually is they, after getting back to the surface of the island, I was informed apparently Haladon actually was going to rig up a ship for the party to go meet another group in order to join in on a raid against the voice stealer.
Yes, I remember this now.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's where we'll actually be going. That's what I did a bit out of order because I forgot about that detail. So the part, yeah. So Haladon rigs up the ship. Although, do you want to describe anything about that, Big?
I say we didn't really talk about how Haladon was supposedly rigging up this ship, but
It's fine if not.
yeah, I don't have anything. Sorry.
Okay. Anyway, so as the party sets out on the sea in order to go meet up with another raiding party, after quite a bit of time passes, with Haladon leading the way, following the directions of thanks, brain. A sec. Cladis. There we go. Following the direction of Cladis, a ship finally comes into view on the distance, and the party closes the gap. And as you get closer, one of the otters on board calls down to the party on the small boat, asking what they're doing in these waters.
So this is the raiding party we're joining, right?
Yeah.
We're here to help.
Here to help what?
We heard that you were going on a raid to the Voice Stealer, and we have a particular bone to pick with that creature, so we'd like to join in and get a few licks in ourselves, if you will.
Shortly after, the otter that had been speaking to you is joined by someone who looks, well, like almost like an exact copy of the first one. Both of which are silvery furred otters. In, well, sailor captain outfits, pirate captain outfits, however you want to call it. And the second one joins in saying, "Ah, so you've heard about that, huh? And you want to help us, huh? Well, tell you what, I'll let you on board then." And with that, they bring their ship just a little bit closer, so that way the plink is able to touch down on the edge of your own ship.
Rhea boards the craft.
Halidon does as well. Now, he was told by Gladys to look for the Bosoon. Does he know what that who that looks like, or?
Well, let's see. I would assume that Gladys at least described the bosun's appearance, so when you spot them, you'll definitely be able to recognize them.
Were they one of the otters that welcomed us aboard, or?
No. So, does everyone else follow? I think it was Maria who's getting on board?
Mm-hmm.
Halidon as well.
All right.
Maria just
believe-
exudes competence and just goes for it.
I get on board.
Off we go.
All right, and Seeker?
Yeah, certainly.
Okay.
Is there a map, or are we just okay?
I don't have a map right now, and I do apologize. So we're going
No,
to
it was just the way you were saying it made me think, oh wait, shit, is there a map I'm supposed to be looking at?
No.
My bad.
But I will, let me get you some pictures real quick.
Ship time. Time for ship.
Give me 2 seconds here. Because, you do want to see who the ones who welcomed you on board look like.
Certainly.
There you go.
Alright.
Anyway, as the party gets on board, however, the one who first spoke to you, and like I said, two of these otters, you'd swear they were a mirror image of each other. The first of the two will suddenly thump the deck with their tail really hard twice. And in the next moment, you suddenly find yourselves surrounded by several of the otters, each of them pointing guns at you.
Hmm. Now, we came in peace.
Yeah, and anyone can say that. How do I know that you're not trying to sabotage my raiding attempt, huh? You just happen to know about my raid and want to help a bunch of random strangers, huh?
Out of character, what was that? The person's name that sent us here?
Gladys.
Gladys.
Gladys asked us to come on the raid. Apparently, the creature stole something from them that they want back.
That, go ahead and roll diplomacy.
Okay. I am gonna reroll using a hero point on that. There we go.
Augers.
Well, I will say that is a very, very impressive roll. To which the second one of the two seeming twins will just cross their arms and say, I see. I still don't trust you, but at the very least, I don't want you dead necessarily. So, tell you what, if you're willing to cooperate, we'll just toss you down in the brig for now and make sure you don't interfere with the raiding party, alright?
Is the bosun in earshot?
Not currently.
Okay.
So
To
how
ask
does
for
the
them?
So the question is, how does the party respond?
Hmm.
So you're not gonna let us help, and you're just gonna lock us up.
At least until the raiding party's done, and then I'm willing to drop you off at a nearby port city.
If I
That's the
may,
opposite of what we want.
if I may, I'd like to speak to your leader, please. I'm sure we can
Wait,
sort something out there.
We'd have to speak to the manager.
Oh my god.
1 second.
Peladon's
That's out of character.
haircut.
Out of character. Out of character.
The first of the two speakers will just say, we are the leaders.
Yeah, I think it would be kind of weird if we weren't already speaking to the leaders.
I do assume they weren't expecting any company. But I apologize to have been meeting you like this. I did not know this was a sad occasion.
I do not believe that this is a sad occasion for them. They've got work to do, and they're afraid we're going to get in the way, which I totally understand, but we also were hired to do a job.
Um,
And we cannot do our job locked in the brig on a ship. I apologize if that causes offense to you.
Look. Perhaps, since you, at the very least, seem very non-threatening in general, I do still intend to throw you in the brig, but I will have someone interview you and check your trustworthiness. If you pass the test, then perhaps we'll let you help. Is that a deal?
Fair.
Sounds like a deal.
Haladon,
Alright.
didn't they give you the name or title of someone that you needed to speak with within the crew?
Yes, I was assured their leader was named the Bosun.
The first one will end up snorting and say,
I think they meant the bosun. Not
"The
the
bosun? I
bosun.
mean, if that's who you want to interview you, sure. One of us can watch after the rest of the crew while they interview you." But
Fair
no, the
enough.
bosun isn't the leader of the ship. That would be us. The bosun is just the highest rank underneath us.
I see. Apologies for the confusion.
With another gesture from the second one, the otter crew will go and grab, somewhat roughly, admittedly, the party's arms and lead them down into the down below the deck of the ship.
Maria
Also,
just
they
smiles at the one that grabs her roughly and says, after this is all done, if you want to rough me up some more, I'd be more than happy.
That particular otter seems to have an almost evil glint as they look back at Maria and say, "Oh, you haven't seen rough."
Oh, excellent. Trust me, I'm plenty tough. I can take it. Maria flexes her muscle underneath his hand.
They'll just
Fucking flirting with the otters.
they'll just say, "Yeah, everyone says
Can you
that."
put her in a different cell? I say to the other.
Oh my god.
They seem to think for a moment and then finally just shake their head and say, "Unfortunately, we only have one cell, and any other form of imprisonment of her, she'd probably be a little bit too into."
Oh, yes, you can be into it over there.
Now, it is not time for whips and chains yet.
Oh, I'm not talking about whips. I'm just talking about tying you up by the feet and hanging you upside down from the ceiling.
That's a
Maria
great way to
seems-
kill somebody.
Maria seems to consider this for far too long before walking into.
Maria, that will kill you. You're aware of that, right?
I mean, it only kills people if you leave them that way for days and starve them, not for hours or whatever.
No, it will kill you after hours. Too much blood to your head.
They just shoot Seeker a questioning look and say, "There's probably magic for that. Anyways."
Magic for resurrection or hanging somebody upside down until they're dead?
Preventing them from dying from hanging upside down.
Do you know that magic?
No, but someone else on the crew might.
I'm sure I can.
I'd like to think that they're not even dragging them along anymore. We're just casually strolling down to the brig with how casual this is.
Haladon
Right.
would
Which
respond.
I walk ahead of them just to go because I just want to get out of this conversation already.
Well, yeah, you can. They'll let you walk ahead. You just won't be able to go backwards.
Oh yeah, I was intending to go backwards already. So we get to the cell, I assume. No,
We're
what
clearly
happens
showing
after?
that we mean no threat to them.
talking casually about kinks and ways to die.
Clearly, as you go along in the ship, Seeker just looks over and at one of the barrels and sees a book called The Anarchist Cookbook. Anyways,
You know. Excuse me.
on the note of all the ways you can kill a person. But anyways, the party is led to the brig, which admittedly is surprisingly well furnished, in the sense that it's not just throwing you onto a hardwood floor. No, there's actually a bunch of pillows in there.
Oh, very accommodating.
Would not have expected that in a ship.
Beats having to listen to prisoners complain too loudly.
Maria just makes herself comfortable in the pillows and waits.
With that, the crew will depart, and after a few more minutes, another otter comes down along. 1 second. Oh, right, okay. Obviously, this is the real one that Maria will want to flirt with. Anyways.
Oh boy.
Well,
Give us
Maria
an
flirts with
image.
everyone, so that doesn't really narrow it down.
Say, if I could, before I think while the guards depart and we're waiting for the next person to come, Haldon will ask Maria, if I can make an observation, I noticed when you were talking with that guard about roughhousing, you gave them a look very similar to what you give Zale. Is he not your betrothed?
Maria chuckles. I am not the kind of girl that settles down in that way.
Oh, I see.
Anyway.
Great
so,
talk, everybody.
Right. So, after several minutes pass, another otter comes down. Who I will send the artwork for.
Seeker is climbing all over the bars and on the ceiling if there is foothold to climb the ceiling on.
Maria, after having this conversation, looks off to the side and looks slightly sad.
All right.
I'm sorry, did I say something I shouldn't have?
Nothing. You just reminded me of an old friend.
Anyway, so the new picture that I put up there, that is the otter that is now heading towards the prison.
Oh no, they're hot. Anyway.
Stop flirting with the crew!
Well, yeah, I was like, damn, are you telling me that Maria wouldn't want to flirt with this handsome otter? Anyways.
Seeker is hanging from the ceiling if there's anywhere to hang from.
Listen, otters are known for being good holding their breath. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh my god.
Anyways, though, the otter will finally stop in front of the bars and say, "So I was told you wanted to talk to me."
Maria grabs Haladon and drags him up to the front.
After reorienting himself from that aggressive motion, he simply asks them, "Yes, you are the bosun, yes?"
That's correct.
I'm not sure if your crew usually locks up new people you've met.
I mean, random adventurers showing up in the middle of the ocean, quite often, actually.
But that happens a lot.
No, but I mean, if a bunch of adventurers show up just happening to know everything about you and what you're doing, and it's in the middle of the ocean, I think you'd be a little suspicious.
Well, I'm not saying it's not suspicious. It just sounded like it sounded like you were saying that happens a lot, which would be even weirder.
Oh, I'm just saying that when it does happen, which isn't often, but when it does happen, yeah, usually, because adventurers are always up to no good.
We're up to good, usually.
I guess they were on edge, or in mourning. They must be in mourning. I did not know this was a sad occasion.
I don't think they're mourning.
The bosun will just look at Haladon like they've gone a little bit crazy and say, "No, I don't think anyone's mourning. I'd say everyone's quite thrilled about taking down the voice stealer."
Hold on, did you have something specific to say to this person, or are we just wasting our time here?
I was informed that you would be our contact for this particular raid. Gladys
You know
sent me.
somebody named Gladys?
Ah, I see. Well, then I guess the message must have gotten lost in transit.
Yeah.
Hmm. Well, how about I try to negotiate here? Listen, we don't want to get in your way. We were sent here to retrieve an item from the voice stealer. That is all we want. We don't want anything to do with stopping you or getting in your way. And if you'd like us to help in any way, we can give you more manpower.
More than happy to help. All we ask for is was it a phylactery or a staff? The staff comes later, right?
We're looking for a specific item for our client that contains a certain magical essence that belongs to them.
To their what?
That certain magical essence that belongs to them.
Ah, I see.
Because the
So,
voice stealer is a dirty, stinky thief.
voice stealer and all the pirates out here.
And
But I digress.
quite frankly, if we did want to cause you trouble, we would have already done that.
I mean, there's that's the funny thing about causing trouble is honestly you can cause a little bit of trouble or a lot of trouble, and it all depends on the timing.
Did Gladys seriously not, inform you that we were coming or anything?
Like I said, if there is a message sent, I must not have gotten it.
Ugh.
Hmm. Well, my crew here isn't exactly very subtle. If we were told to stop you, we wouldn't have even bothered to talk to you. We would have just come on board and attacked.
Well, so says a person who's already been put behind the bars, and
We did that on purpose. We literally let you do it.
oh, I know, but we also haven't exactly done a thorough job of looting your items or anything like that. As far as I could tell, maybe you've got a bunch of bombs loaded up, waiting for just the right moment. Maybe you're actually hoping to get in the raid party, go to the voice stealer, and then turn on the raiding party in order to get sacrifice them to the voice stealer in exchange for the voice stealer's power.
Out of character, did a damn NPC now give us something to prove that we were coming in this way or anything? Or
I really would very much prefer to keep my voice.
If you strike the right deals with some of the creatures like the voice stealer, you don't necessarily have to fall under their curse directly.
Okay, but we'd still be under a curse. No thanks.
Either way, is there something that we could do to prove ourselves to you?
Well, give me some time to think about it, but how about from now, I'll first do an inventory, make sure you aren't carrying anything particularly dangerous besides your usual adventure weapons and whatnot.
Fair
Can we
enough.
keep
We're
our
not
shit, or are you gonna
carrying-
take it?
We're not carrying anything that would sink a ship, but feel free to go through my pockets.
I'll just look over it right here, so that way you don't have to worry about me running off with it.
Secret takes their backpack and dumps everything out onto the ground.
Oh god. Everything from Seeker's backpack becomes so heavy that it just crashes right through the ship and springs to the leak. No, I'm kidding.
3,000 gold pieces pour out of my spacious pouch.
The question is, did Seeker actually do that?
Seeker will take their backpack and dump everything out. The gold pieces are in a spacious pouch. The spacious pouch just falls out of my backpack. Amongst my other random bullshit that I have.
Technically, with consent, someone else can at least look at the contents inside, so... and Kava, of course, is also willing to allow their stuff to be looked at, which is questionable because Kava is an alchemist.
Yeah, Maria also allows them to look at her stuff. I mean, other than her versatile vials, there's not a whole lot of like super destructive stuff in there.
So after going through Maria's and Kava's stuff, just kind of browsing through the packs and stuff, the bosun nods slowly and says, "Well, a couple of alchemists, although I've seen far worse stuff than this in an alchemist kit, so not that concerning."
Seeker's pile of traveling supplies, random doodads, and a singular spacious pouch.
Right? Like the possessed crystal necklace, which the bosun will comment on it being a very pretty necklace.
Thank you.
But they very quickly conclude the Seeker keeps all their dangerous things on their person.
I have a dagger and I can cast spells. Of course,
yes,
I'm wearing armor, but that doesn't really count.
Well, yeah, they just kind of look over you and can see that you're like wearing a lot of the more of the anything that would be dangerous because none of it was in the backpacks. But when you mention the magic, they'll just say, "Yeah, I wouldn't try casting spells while behind the bars. Just like most, since it has little enchantment, while most tend to just prefer anti-magic, we decide to be a little more creative with ours, and it will just like temporarily turn you into a fish for 24 hours. It's pretty funny."
Wouldn't that kill me?
Well, we keep little water ball we keep fish tanks around for that.
That's fucked up.
Maria gives them their bag. There's, like I said, not much in it other than some alchemical stuff and some like random magical items and books.
Once again, random innocuous doodads.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The thing is, they're going through this stuff carefully. You don't. They're just kind of like picking a few things up, looking at it, putting it back. They're pretty clearly not trying to fuck with your stuff. They just want to make sure you're not bringing on like, you know, an entire barrel of gunpowder ready to set it off.
Other than a pair of enchanted hand wraps and a +2 striking daggers and her versatile vials, she's not really carrying anything particularly deadly.
Yeah, so yeah, they comment on Maria's stuff about the same as Kava's. And then they'll kind of look over at Zochi and Taladon.
He'll wave politely while smiling.
And then they'll just say, mind if I do a security check on you two?
He well, he shakes his head and then takes off his spacious pouch to give to them, while also taking out his healer's toolkit and putting it with the bag to give to them, along with his weapons and shield.
I pull out all my things individually for him to check, and then just because I'll make sure he doesn't start just taking my shit. And then right at the end, when I pull out the last thing, I just like flip the bag inside out to show there's nothing left.
The bag inverts. Everyone's pulled into the astral plane. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my god.
No, I know it, that you're allowed to turn them inside out if they're empty. And if you do it otherwise, it's bad.
Yeah, when you do that, when you turn it inside out, it empties the bag.
Yeah. Anyways, so for Haladon stuff, they'll quirk an eyebrow and say, "Surprised you don't go around with a medic badge on your arm."
I have not worked in any official capacity as a medic.
Well, if you're ever involved in a war, it does mean that you can't be targeted as long as you're a non-combatant.
I assure you, I am absolutely a combatant.
Well, fair enough then.
Don't underestimate him just because he doesn't appear to be carrying much.
And then while looking through Azochi's stuff, they'll actually chuckle slightly and say, you'd fit right in on the sea.
I know. I prefer land.
To each their own. With that, they'll step back for a moment and then say, "Alright, I'll go. I'll head to my quarters and think it over for a bit. Clearly, you don't have anything that's going to blow up the ship. And then I'll figure out how I can properly assess you lot." And with that, they give
climbs back onto the ceiling.
And with that, they give a slight wave and head back up to the top.
Bye.
And during this point, the party has a moment to talk amongst themselves.
Say, Haladon will just wait, I think, about 30 seconds after they go out of earshot. Sorry, once.
Anyway, what do we do while we're waiting?
I pull up my cards and I start playing solitaire for a little bit for myself. What my thought is, before I invite you all into my game, but I say this once the person's like out of earshot or like has walked away enough. But still say it a little bit low to make absolutely sure. Well, if they don't approve of us, whatever, if they're not to their satisfaction, then whenever we can hear that the raid starts, we should just break the bars and get out.
That was what I was thinking as well. I'm pretty sure Sika could probably just pick the lock on the door and we can walk out at any time.
And after about 30 seconds has passed after this, Haladon will kind of lean into the group and speak very softly. "Whoever this bosun is, it is not who we were meant to meet."
Oh, and let me give you one thing on that real quick.
they did speak rather suspiciously. I guess it does make sense that they at least know something since they're raiding the voice stealer. But they do say they knew a lot about their curse and a weird amount, but we could have just been facing them way longer than we have. And probably so.
Well,
yeah, I do. They are at least slightly suspicious.
They could also be a plant on the from the voice stealer on this crew.
Kava seems to perk up at that, and then thinks for a second. It's like, wait, they didn't look like a plant.
Not like a. Maria rubs her temples. Like they've been inserted into the crew so that they can sabotage the raid themselves.
The proof we were meant to bring to show our mark of cooperation was a code phrase. They did not give the correct counter phrase.
Oh.
Ah.
Fuck. So what do we do now?
Well,
I cannot say how much of the crew is compromised.
Well, they didn't take our stuff, so either they don't think we're much of a threat or they're stupid. So I say we just wait until they get to their destination and then break out and do what we need to do.
What do we need to do?
Kava will just say, all things considered, if we're either not much of a threat or, as another point of consideration, if only a few members of the crew are compromised and we don't actually present proof before we just go on the attack, then that would make us look really bad to the ones who are not compromised.
Yeah.
How do we even get proof of that? Anyway, to answer your question, Haladon, we are looking for a bottle that contains a portion of the power from.
He was there when we spoke about this, so he should know.
Well, he may not understand what the item actually is. He knows we're looking for it. Of what was the person's name again? I'm sorry.
I believe that was Strider's.
Well, no, I know Strider, but who was the
Gladys?
Gladys's master, for lack of a better term, Strider. Someone stripped them of their power and split it into multiple containers and then strew the containers around the world.
Do you think that artifact might be aboard this ship?
It is supposedly being held by the voice stealer. So we need to wait until we get to the voice stealer, break out, and then figure out wherever the item is stored in the voice stealer's lair.
Kava will look towards Haladon and say, "You don't, I don't suppose you know any ways to be able to test any of the other crew members besides the bosun, would you?"
If we had a magical means of confirming someone's identity, we could do that. I have no such spell upon me, unfortunately. Nothing that wouldn't involve some smiting first.
I lost most of my magical abilities when I was bitten by the were tiger, unfortunately.
Well, definitely want to be careful about casting spells, given what they said. I mean, even if they are, well, compromised in someone else, it doesn't necessarily mean they don't know the enchantments.
They could also be actual members of this crew that just sold out their crew to this voice stealer creature. Mercenaries aren't exactly known for their loyalty in general. Although I don't know these particular people very well, so I can't say for certain how loyal they are to each other.
They are also clearly pirates.
Again, not exactly known for their loyalty. Somewhere in another universe, Kai
Exactly.
sneezes.
What was that like him?
Oh, I just said exactly.
Perhaps if
Yep.
we've gained the trust of these pirates nonetheless, it's possible that we could recover this artifact from the voice stealer and then find some quick escape route after we've retrieved it.
Yeah, although I suppose as a consideration, if the bosun is not actually the bosun, and we're talking about the possibility that they could be on the side of the voice stealer, then who's to say that the bosun is even going to actually truthfully give us a way to help out? Because, well, let's say we are actually there to help, and they try to turn on the captains or whatever, and then we try to intervene in order to prevent their plan from working. It would make sense that the more helpful we seem, the more likely that we are to stay here.
Like I said, I think our best bet is to just wait it out. And when they get to their destination, we break out and do our thing. If we can help them defeat the voice stealer, we will. If it looks like it's a lost cause, we'll just steal the thing we need to steal and get out.
Yeah, I don't even know what to do at this point. That's probably the best thing that we can do.
Can I make a crafting check on the bars to see how sturdy they are while we wait?
Sure. Maria is pretty sure that even in weretiger form, it wouldn't be enough to bust them down.
I don't even see what my roll was. It didn't show me. Oh, here we
28.
go. 28, okay.
What about the walls?
The walls seem to be made of pretty thick wood, as is typical for a ship.
And the lock, can I also examine it?
No, it's on the other side from you, so you can't really look into it.
Would Seeker still be able to pick the lock from our side?
Well, can Seeker pick a lock blind?
It would probably just be a higher DC.
I mean,
Yeah,
you can't really see what's going on inside a lock anyway.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
need to look for a lock. You just need to
Lockpicking is mostly
listen and
feel.
finagle it. Yeah, it's mostly feel, so you should be fine. Oh, so wait, don't you have a small creature form in where with where creature archetype?
No, but I do have the ability to transform into a fox from being a kitsune.
Oh yeah, do you have? Yeah, what size is that?
Small.
Is she able to just walk past the bars with that?
And not likely. Maria would be able to discern that that's probably not going to work because Seeker does seem to be able to squish enough to fit through the bars, and Seeker is very squishy.
But do innate powers count as spells?
Technically.
Okay, never mind then. But
Yeah,
also,
the way it
I mean,
works is
if it's spell casting, then yeah.
you cast change shape or critter shape on yourself, I believe is what it's called.
Yeah. So when it comes to the Kitsune change shape stuff, that technically counts as spell casting.
Well, not if it's a change shape action, no. If it's like an innate spell, then yes.
I guess it's an innate spell.
Does it say? Does it say you can innately cast whatever? Does it say that? Because if it doesn't say that, then it's not.
It's an
a spell.
ancestry feat. But anyway, moving on.
Well, then it's not a spell.
Moving
on. It says it's a spell.
I don't think I can. It says I gain the effects of a spell. I don't think it'll work. Whatever.
That's different.
Moving
on. I'm looking.
We're on a ship. Yes.
Yes.
There are usually rats on a ship. I can talk to rats.
Yeah, you do have rat streak feet. That's amazing.
I sure do. I don't know how that's gonna help us, but I can talk to the rats.
Oh, so it doesn't say it's a spell. It just says that you have the statistics of a level 1 pest form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, I don't know if this counts or not.
So it is a tiny animal, but I still doubt that the bars would be far enough apart that like a cat or a fox could slip through them.
I don't turn into a cat or a fox. I turn into a rat.
Would tiny sized creature be able to get through?
Very, very tiny. Not so. There's a lot of things that classify under tiny.
A rat. I can only turn into a rat. I can't turn into anything else.
But as mentioned, shape-shifting counts as casting magic. The only thing that's not going to set it off is already active passive magic.
Cool, thank you. Anyway, I can talk to rats, so I don't know if that's going to be helpful, but I can do that.
Well, roll perception.
It would be an absolute miracle if this ship somehow did not have rats.
Oh, I know. It's
Seeker, God fucking damn it.
The Seeker strains his ears, and despite being absolutely certain that there has to be rats somewhere on this ship, can't seem to hear any in hearing range right now.
Oh my god, my cat really wants to come in here.
What the fuck does oh, I see. Okay, I was like, what the fuck is Plague Sniffer?
What do I Yeah, I got that. I got that specifically to be able to sniff out zombies, and I talked with the Fords about it.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, do I smell zombies on our ship?
You do not.
Good. At least we can clear that out.
For once, the enemies are not undead. Oh,
yeah.
Shit.
Well, they haven't been undead for a bit. With robots and other shit.
Or sorry, I should say they aren't undead yet. Anyways.
I don't know, can I, like, make squeaking sounds and make a diplomacy roll to see if I can summon the rats?
Let me see.
Is that a yes or is that a no?
I need to read the feat real quick.
Okay.
Okay, tell you what. I will let you roll a fortitude roll to see if you can strain your muscles enough to make a really loud squeak.
Okay. Go forth, my squeakage. That was a 30.
You know what? Seeker succeeds in making one of the loudest rat squeaks anyone in the party has ever heard in their life. It might even give some of them pause for a second. Although I'm sure most of the party already has pause, but that's another story. And while
I don't think lizard feet count as paws. I think they're just feet.
You get pause.
It's up for debate. You could call them talons.
Well, the talons are the parts on top of the feet.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The ends of the feet. They're your nails.
But really loud.
Well, it doesn't seem to attract any rats over to Seeker, despite being very fluent rat. It does somehow catch the attention of a different crew member who is off in the corner, swabbing the deck, and they'll just walk over and be like, "Was that one of you?"
Maria shrugs.
Seeker turns around and
Wait,
growls at Maria.
You stepped on my tail.
Damn, I was gonna try to gaslight him.
What do you think I'm fucking doing? Oh, I see what you're saying. Damn it. Do we want to go the gaslight route or me getting mad at you route?
Maria shrugs. I didn't hear anything. I'm gonna make a deception check for that.
What's all of that in character? What's all of that in character?
I'll withhold my outburst until I see if this works or not.
The crew member will just look at Maria with a very, very press X'd out look on their face.
Seeker, did you hear anything? Maria looks down as she lifts her foot off of his tail.
I'm gonna roll with something that's a little more believable than just gaslighting the fuck out of this guy. Seeker turns around growling.
Stop pretending like you didn't step on my tail. You do this all the fucking time. It's not funny.
Well, baby, you should watch where your tail is going.
You should watch with your giant fucking mitts on.
Okay, can you both shut up? I'm trying to play here. I tried to aid you guys.
All right. Roll deception.
Who, me or which one of us?
Paolo.
Go!
I aid you. Hold on, let me roll my aid first. You're aided. You get +2.
Seeker got AIDS. Wait.
+1.
I got what?
+1. You got +1.
No, we don't make those jokes.
Oh my god.
All right.
You got +1.
Yeah. So after that, the crew member just takes a moment. It says, "Well, at least I know who made the squeak now, but I don't think it was because they stepped on she stepped on your tail. You don't seem to show enough pain on your face."
You can't even see my face.
I can see your eyes.
Seeker is going to summon all of the anger in their eyes and do an intimidation check on this motherfucker.
The white eyes that have no emotion in them at all, just all the time.
Well, that's what I'm gonna say. Oh, really? My white eyes from behind my skull mask. You're telling me that you know exactly the fucking kind of facial expressions that my specific species, which doesn't exist anywhere around here, means? You're telling me you know exactly how to read my kind's body language? I bet you've never seen anybody like me before.
Shut up, both of you.
You know what? With that roll, they do seem to shrink back a little bit and say, all right, you're right. I haven't seen any of your kind, okay?
At that, Maria picks them up and puts them back on the pillows and is like, I apologize for my companion's outburst. They have anger management issues.
No, I do not!
Case in point.
This is why I don't play games with any of you anymore. You're just so annoying.
The crew member will say, well, either way, I will say you sounded very convincingly like a rat. Although, unfortunately, all the rats are in the mess hall right now.
The rats are in the mess hall?
Well, yeah, it's where we keep all the food.
Oh, fair enough. I mean, look at me. What do you think?
They'll just stare at Seeker for a long moment. And then finally say, you kind of look like a gummy bear.
Seeker looks utterly offended. Walks away, facing the wall, pointedly ignoring them, arms crossed.
In character, there's a nice chuckle comes out of Shoshi.
Actually, I guess there's a question. Would any of the rest of the party know what Seeker was trying to do with the rat squeak?
Fucking doubt it. Seeker didn't warn anybody, and Seeker's only ever tried to talk to rats once.
She doesn't question what these idiots do anymore, honestly. She's just learning to live with it.
Seeker has never actively talked about their ability to speak to rats until now.
Okay, yeah, I was just curious.
Maria just gaslight gatekeeps and girl bosses her way through life.
Real.
Wait, didn't Maria and Seeker have a moment in a bedroom together once? Anyways.
What? I don't think so.
That was Zale. That was
Maria treats Seeker like a child.
Oh, okay.
Maria treats Seeker like her dead son.
Fair enough.
Depressing as hell.
Also, why Maria was upset when Haladon brought up betrothed, because she also has a dead husband.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about, but I didn't want to say it because that's rude.
Damn.
You just tell people,
know.
She has a dead husband. Don't ask that. You don't just tell people.
I don't think Zale knows that either. Seeker knows that. But anyway.
Yeah, I don't think anyone in the party that remains knows that besides Seeker.
Well, anyways, the crew member will just look really apologetic suddenly as Seeker does that.
I am fucking using all of the abuse techniques on this dude.
You really are. And the thing is, this is actually one of the normal crew members.
But nobody can be trusted.
Anyways,
I have to gatekeep, gaslight, girl boss, all of them.
Right? Also, excuse me, Seeker isn't a girl boss. Seeker is a slug boss.
Yes.
Or a slug boss.
Slate keep slash guy.
Slug son.
Oh my god, ow my head.
Anyway, so as does any of the party want to try to interrogate the crew member before they leave, because they do finally look like they're turning to leave?
No.
Why do they have you scrubbing the floors in the what the fuck would you even call this? The brig? The brig? Maria says that out loud.
Yes,
sorry, I don't really know boat ship terminology.
Ah, so you're new to the Outer Kingdom, huh? Well, well, you know, you gotta keep all parts of a boat clean because mold can start up anywhere.
Fair. So, do you go on the missions as well, or do they have you keeping the boat while they run off and gallivant?
I'm definitely one of the ones who stays behind when the raiding party goes off.
Fair. Well, I apologize that my little band of misfits interrupted your work.
It was entertaining, even if I feel really bad.
Yes, well, Seeker will get over it eventually.
Glaring at you, glaring at you, glaring at you.
So is this like y'all's normal thing, hunting down giant evil creatures, or?
Well, as far as I'm aware, this is the first time they're going after something of this size, but they certainly have their round of adventures.
I mean, not to sound presumptuous, but y'all look like pirates.
We don't want to get mixed up with the actual, you know, fully. Sorry. We don't want to get too mixed up with the fully white hats, but also we're not fully pirates either.
Fair. So you're basically just gray area mercenaries.
Something like that.
Hey, you're just like us.
Yeah, see, that's the spirit. I ain't done nothing wrong. Besides, pay is good with those two.
Yes, your captains seemed quite agreeable, actually. I was expecting them to just try to kill us. When we first got on board and everybody pointed their guns at us.
You look like a bunch of adventurers. You don't have any, like, matching uniforms. You don't seem to have any real cohesion between you. They probably were able to pick up on that pretty quickly and realize that the better option is capture over kill.
Fair enough. You also don't know what we're capable of, so who knows if any of your crew would have gotten injured trying to pick a fight with us.
Injury is part of the job for the ones that do the fighting. That said, though, unless you... sorry. That said, though, it is still better to put on a show of force and see how they react and go from there. Because one way or another, it's our ship, it's our home turf, so for all the fighters, well, they've got quite a bit of advantages on here.
Maria shakes her head. So that bosun, they're an interesting character. Are they new to your crew? They don't seem to act like the rest of you.
They're not new at all. They've been they've been part of the crew longer than I have, really.
Weird, their demeanor is quite different from y'all.
The y'all thrown in with the accent.
The crew member will just look at Maria curiously and it's like, it don't seem to be much different than I've seen before. I mean, maybe a little bit more or less talkative in the past few weeks.
Insight check.
Alright. Maria is fairly certain that the crew member is being honest.
Anything else strange around here? I mean, you are going up against the voice stealer.
They're being quiet in the past few weeks. What if their voice got stolen?
The crew member will just seem to think for a moment and then shrug and say, admittedly, that's probably part of it. I mean, There hasn't been a lot different, but it's definitely been a bit more of a muted energy in the past few weeks, I'd say.
Maria seems concerned at that. Yes, we were told to contact them by our benefactor, and apparently whatever message was sent was lost. So that's why we're concerned.
Ah, I see. Yeah, I did overhear you guys talking about that, admittedly. I was in the back there doing some cleanup while all of that was going on.
Fair.
Now then, I personally am not privy to any of the communications with the higher-ups, like the bosun.
Fair. I wouldn't think that the upper management of your crew would share all the sorted details of every mission with someone who mostly does maintenance on the ship. I was just curious. Perhaps I'm just being a little paranoid, what with everything that's happened in my life. Anyway, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I'm sure you have work to do.
The crew member will say, certainly, although I guess, as a... if you're concerned about this message not making it to your contact here, do you know how the message was sent?
Maria looks back at Haladon. Haladon, do you know how the bosun was supposed to be told of our arrival?
I do not know by which method they communicate. I only know that certain friends of Cladis would have a way of communicating through their intermediaries, messengers like us.
Fair. The only way I know of to get a message to a boat at sea like that would either be from another ship that's faster or some sort of magical communication.
Around the Otter Kingdom, usually things are large bundles of mail go by ship, although some of the more urgent letters tend to go by bird or sometimes just by magic.
Fair enough. Either way, there's multiple ways that any of those sorts of messages could have been intercepted or altered or what have you. So, I mean, if it was sent by bird, the bird could have simply got caught in a storm and died. Anyway.
The otter will just chuckle at that and say, birds that are trained to carry mail know better than to fly through a storm.
Assuming a natural storm, yes, but either way.
Of course, you were saying I believe I overheard you say something about a code phrase.
No.
Haladon,
I don't say that. I don't respond.
Haladon, you were the one that was told how to communicate with the bosun. What was your code phrase?
I did not know this was a sad occasion.
Ah. I was wondering what that was about.
Can't say I recognize that myself, although there is, of course, another way that if you're trying to make sure it's to communicate that people are trusted across long distances, if this contact of yours and the bosun are friends that go a long ways back, maybe a code phrase could have been put together by the two of them a long time ago and also used as a way to know that someone is connected to the other friend.
Fair.
And that's probably why.
Either way, if that is the case, it is very strange that they would not have recognized the code phrase.
No, and they did not give the counter phrase, meaning, well, they simply didn't know it, and so they were not in on whatever relationship they had. Which is why I believe this bosun is an imposter.
Well, if they're an imposter, that might explain why they've been less chatty in the past few weeks. If you're an imposter, you want to talk less so that way you don't give yourself away too much.
Have they been doing anything else weird?
Not that I've seen.
Maria seems to think for a moment. Out of character, I've got nothing else. I don't know what else to do or say.
Yeah, you're fine. Well, the crew member will say, well, I can't say I'm in any position to go souping around too much, at least beyond where I can go, where I'll end up going while cleaning. So if I notice anything particularly strange or perhaps giving away of the idea that the bosun is an imposter, I'll admit it's a bit, if they actually are an imposter, that would be quite disturbing. Because the bosun that's on here right now, I don't see a first strand of difference between them and the one that I've known the whole time I've worked here.
It also begs the question of where the actual bosun went.
It's fairly easy to, especially if you have the person you're trying to impersonate there, to magically transform yourself into an exact likeness of that person.
Yeah, although that kind of face-stealing magic I've always heard is something that belongs to the stronger kinds of creatures out there.
Well, you are going up against a voice stealer, so if they can steal voices, they can probably steal faces too.
They actually seem to visibly shudder at that thought.
I mean, what good is stealing someone's voice to impersonate them if you can't also steal their appearance?
Legends I heard about the voice stealer, all of these are some of the weirdest rumors, is wherever their curse goes, families will start tearing each other apart sometimes.
Well,
has anything
magic
else
like
weird
that
been going on? Any of that sort of thing happening in here? People fighting each other?
They shake their head.
That sort of magic could definitely tear a ship's crew apart from the inside, especially if they were to get a hold of somebody in high command, such as the bosun.
Yeah, I don't necessarily know how strategic this kind of creature is, just that it just heard some of the horror stories, well, usually told by parents to their children is part of the reasons why not to fight with your siblings.
How long have you been on this crew?
A couple of years, actually.
Can Maria make like a knowledge check to see if she knows anything about this voice stealer creature?
How long have you of your crew been facing the voice stealer? You're going on a raid with them.
I mean, everyone in the Otter Kingdom, to some extent, faces the voice stealer, because this is where the legend circulates. That said, as far as the decision to go after it, that's a bit more recent. Past few weeks.
Alright. I'm asking more like, are this crew and the voice stealer known enemies?
Sorry, what was that question again?
Basically, are you guys like established enemies for a long time or not?
They
Like,
seem to
what made the crew decide to just go on this raid now?
The crew member will kind of shrug and say, "That's all higher up strategy meetings and all that stuff." I mean, realistically,
Yeah,
if
but
you find
they
out
didn't
that
tell you
the
why.
higher up strategy meeting stuff,
Did
Out of
they not
character.
give the crew an answer why?
I mean, not the cleaning crew.
I mean, it's really your cleaning crew. So any other ship I've been on that's been armed knows that all hands on deck when it's time to fight.
Well, yeah, that's when you have to deal with a battle out on sea. No, they're going to an island and they're going to do the raid at the island. They're trying to go straight for the Voice Stealer's lair.
The worms.
Maria turns to them. I'm sure this person is perfectly capable of defending themselves under boarding action, but they would still need someone to sit with the ship while they went on away missions.
As for reasons, who knows? Best I could guess, you hear some legendary monster that's been a part of children's horror stories for as long as anyone can remember. I mean, you get that kind of chance, think about the kind of fame and fortune you could get from actually defeating a creature like that.
Fair. I mean, we know of at least one powerful magical item that the creature may have stolen. So it's possible that it could have all sorts of treasures in its lair.
Yeah, I suppose so. I never really thought about that.
Hmm. Out of character, is there a check I can make to learn more about this voice stealer thing?
That I'd have to inquire, but I'm going to go with probably not. But I'll have to see. This is kind of like one of those things that only a thaumaturge is really going to know anything about usually. But one moment.
One day I'm going to build a thaumaturge. They seem like a very interesting class. I've just had
They're
trouble.
very good. They're very good. They're like absurdly good. Honestly, if anything, they should have been the class that got nerfed in the new Dark Archive remaster, Dark Archive remaster.
Mhm.
But they didn't. They've got fucking buffed, and that's hilarious to me. They are honestly a little OP, but they're great. I love them. They're one of my favorite classes.
Maybe
Honestly,
I'll play
top.
Thaumaturge next time.
No, you shouldn't,
Why
Paolo.
not?
You are already too confused about your current class abilities. I don't think you could handle a thaumaturge. Just because it's a little bit more complex. With the whole remembering how
Yeah, so is being
all
a
the things
druid.
work.
Buddy, you should have seen the juggling I did when I was playing Gelos. Good fucking god.
Good
Yeah, that's what I'm
times.
saying.
Good times. I could do so much shit in one turn. It was awesome.
Checking with the Florence as far as the recall knowledge check, I would definitely allow an esoteric roll on that because that kind of shit is something a thaumaturge would get into finding as they go look for all the lost codes in the deepest, dankest libraries. But
In the deepest, darkest heart of Necropolis.
yeah, exactly.
Anyway, now that I'm done quoting Tech 9, I don't know. I don't know what else to do other than to just like wait for the ship to get where it's going and then try to break out. This is out of character, by the way.
Yeah.
Although, if they heard us talking about the code phrase, they probably heard us plotting on how to escape.
Yeah, because either
Okay.
see somebody in the corner. If there's somebody in the corner, I wouldn't have said that.
Go ahead and roll occult noodle.
Can I try? Even though I have only a plus 11, can I try?
Sure.
Let's see. Can my plus 11 do
Well,
anything?
I got a hero point.
You know what? I'm gonna use Guided by the Stars, baby. Use
Did I
that shit.
already
Apply
roll
effect.
occultism?
Skill.
Yeah, I mean, I guess anyone can try an occultism roll.
Let's go, baby. Yeah. Wow, that was shit. I rolled a 2 and a
Lord.
5. Wow. That is sad. That's depressing. Oh well, that's the best I'm gonna get.
Apparently, Seeker knows something about it.
I might.
The creature that's not even from this world.
Wouldn't that make me
And the robot are the only two that were decent.
Maria doesn't know shit.
She
Even
knows
though-
fake things. She thinks she knows something, but it's not true at all.
Okay, so there's your special outcome.
Oh boy.
Oh, Maria immediately like thinks for a moment and then shakes her head. That can't be right. Anyway. Oh, nothing. I must be mistaking this for some other creature.
What are you talking about?
I was trying to recall what sort of creature this voice stealer is, and the first thing that came to mind was a creature that steals voices to create mimic flowers.
You're thinking of a different creature? What the heck is that? What the heck is making flowers?
Maria shrugs. I think I need to do some meditation. Ever since I got bitten by this were-tiger, my thoughts have been quite jumbled.
Your thoughts have been jungled? I will not see myself out.
No, I thought of a very off-color joke that I am not going to say. Anyway.
That's scary. Anyway, yay.
Anyway, I need to get some water. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I love how this all came from Seeker trying to summon rats.
Right?
Boy, that up there. Okay, let's see. Token rolls.
I kind of wish I could, like, on tokens and stuff, put tiny little, like, description things, like how on some games, there will be that little flavor text under the name of an NPC or creature.
Oh.
Because what I would do with the crew member is underneath the name, it would say, very deadly with a mop.
Very deadly with a mop. Be afraid. What the fuck? Where's my desktop? All of the icons on my desktop are just gone.
Did you open a second desktop?
No. Why would I do that?
You could do that by accident.
Okay, I fixed it. Never mind. Don't even worry about it. Does Seeker know anything about Double Stealer?
The information's being typed up.
Okie dokie. I don't know, maybe Seeker went to the Otter Kingdom once before. I was debating making Seeker slap his tail back when the otters slapped their tail earlier. There wasn't enough time to say that I did it, though.
Admittedly, if Seeker had done that, that probably would have actually, that could have potentially, reduced the, dispositions of the crew towards the party.
It's a good thing I didn't, then.
Yeah, because it was actually a very specific nonverbal signal, so as to not give away what it was supposed to mean.
Seeker's thoughts. Slugcat jump up and slap tail on ground to greet each other. This otter is greeting me. You have to admit, they do look quite a bit like Slugcats. Or is it that Slugcats look like otters?
I'm sure Slugcats look like otters, not the other way around.
Okay, but otters do look like Slugcats.
I mean, yes, but I'm pretty sure that otters came or were around long before a Slugcat was a sparkle in the eye of whoever made that game.
They weren't even called Slugcats initially, they were called bears.
They definitely don't look like bears.
They definitely don't look like bears, which is why some random fan called them Slugcats and then everybody ran with it, because that's a much better name.
How do I create a hand?
Me every day.
I love that it lets you do that.
Yeah, I create a card pack. I don't know how to use it. You must create a hand or pile to deal cards to. I don't know how you do that. How do you do that?
Yeah, I've been fiddling around with builds for Kai on the Sunday campaign. Because eventually I'd like him to become a true dragon. And once that happens, his current build will not work.
Oh, it'll totally work. What are you talking about? Also, clearly, Sochi is playing solitaire or whatever. Kava pulls out like a whole bunch of like Yu-Gi-Oh decks and passes one off to Haladon in order to have a duel. Just kidding.
There's a lot of random things going on while we're just sitting here.
I mean, Haladon wouldn't know how to play, but
Kava's logic is like, you are basically like a living computer, so you could probably figure it out really quickly if I just gave you a piece of paper with the rules on it and you ate it. And that would be Kava's logic.
do they say that?
No, because they didn't have the deck either.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's a bit of a problem. Let's play Yu-Gi-Oh! Except you don't know the rules and I don't have any decks.
Right. But in a hypothetical situation where Kava did have a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh! Decks, that's how that would go.
Oh my god. My fucking computer is frozen.
And I do want
create card set, create hand. Okay, a pile. No.
Look, Vic, I do want you to understand that on the boat ride over to the airship, Kava at one point definitely asked Haladon if they had the ability to optimize a mango smoothie recipe.
Hi, I need to restart my computer because my screen is completely fucking frozen. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
Okay. To that, Haladon would respond.
Why the hell did I misspell my own name? What the fuck? Hold on. I know I pressed C. What the fuck?
I'm sure I could learn to make a smoothie like you say, but I simply do not know how right now.
Oh gods, actually that would end up that would have been the first time where Kava will because Kava has alchemy recipes, right? So one of those would be for a mango smoothie.
How do I draw?
And so Kava
None.
would pull out the formula for a mango smoothie and offer it to Haladon and say, so for a cybernetic creature like you, can you just like eat this formula and learn it instantly?
No.
Oh, I see. It's just adding more.
And then
Rhea
Kava,
just hears this and looks at Kava incredulously. No, that would be how witches familiars learn spells, not how computerized equipment absorbs knowledge.
Hi.
at that point, Kava would just shrug and say, "Look, it's all magical bullshit to me, okay?"
I suppose for a time I was almost acting as a familiar, being bound to Crusadia as I was, but no, I do not believe I could eat your information to learn it.
And to that, Kava will say, "Damn!" And here I had read at one point that early computers were able to work using punch cards.
Perhaps, but it's still reading data through a different means, and I am nothing if not unconventional. Although
Okay,
I
got it.
suppose eating data to learn it would be unconventional in a way.
It would be super sick if I swallowed a pearl and I could read it just because I swallowed it.
Okay.
Save me a lot of trouble.
I've got my final lore check. Give me a second.
Maria said, "Well, Shaw never did enjoy the act of eating scrolls to learn them. The little crystal on her hat glows red."
I
How would
can't
you play
imagine why he would
solitaire
like
on here?
that. It's paper.
I wonder if there could be a better way, or tastier way to learn magic. Perhaps one could print it onto a sandwich.
Kava, to that, Kava's eyes would just almost seem to like light up and sparkle and say, "I am going to make the ultimate fruit sandwich with data on it."
Maria seems to think at this, and the little crystal on her hat glows green. Out of character. Ishar's soul is stuck in that crystal.
Ah. Okay. Anyway, so for all the occult checks, all of them have gone out. So we can go back to the present now. Only got a few minutes left, though, so if anyone would like to share their thoughts there.
Well, while I've been running around, I've heard a lot of random stories that don't seem super plausible. The Otter Kingdom's probably trying to cover it up.
I don't have much besides what we've already learned.
I suppose most things concerning the occult would be disbelievable. I overheard once simply that by burning the devil's fuge, that one could ward off the voice stealer.
Burning the what?
That is how I recall it being said. I'm not sure what it is.
Devil's fuchsia? Like a flower?
Likely.
Kaba will think for a moment and say, probably meant the devil's fugue.
Well, what the heck is that?
Did it mean fudge?
Well, you know, it's kind of like miasma, but different.
You ever heard the phrase a fugue state?
Fun fact, there is actually a fuchsia called Devil's Tears.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's funny. Apparently, Kaba knows just as much as Seeker on that. So, Kaba, so what Kaba offers into the conversation is just, I mean, actually, it'll be almost specifically in response to Seeker talking about things being covered up, and Kaba will be like, "Oh, you mean like all those stories about the voice stealer?" Or, sorry. Oh, you mean like all those stories about the voice stealer throwing down fire on islands and burning things up?
Yeah, and stealing the shapes of the strongest who it manages to steal the voices of.
Stealing the shape of, They seem to think about that and everything else that's been going on. Anyways, probably don't need to read too much into that one. I mean, I'm not saying that friends of someone like Gladys would be particularly strong, but...
What if this all is a secret, intricate quest and the Strider is actually the fucking voice?
Oh, gods. The crewmate, on hearing all this speculation on the voice stealer, will just let out a chuckle and say, "Anyways, tell you what, I'll see if I can convince someone to let at least one of you out and ask some questions if you think there's an imposter on board, as obviously they'll want to know that."
That would be very appreciated. You don't have to go sticking your neck out for us.
I won't mention anything in particular, just say that one of you wants to try to be more friendly with the crew or something. I don't know. They shrug.
I wouldn't say Maria do that, but I'm afraid that you're gonna go off and fuck half the crew in the process.
The crewmate?
Only half?
Maria
You
smiles.
underestimate her.
Yes, I'm going to have to agree with Xochi on that one.
The crewmate just... This crewmate just scrunches their face a bit in response to that stuff. Say, yeah, I had the misfortune of overhearing some of those comments.
Listen, I hope you don't think less of me, but I do enjoy my bedroom acrobatics, if you will.
They just say, "Look, out on the sea you hear lots of crazy shit, so I'm not necessarily going to think less of you, but on the other hand, I am not letting you into any of the private quarters here. I am not cleaning up that mess."
Fair.
Oh my god.
But with that, they'll actually head up the stairs to go chat with someone.
So sorry.
But that's where we're going to end session for today.
Okie dokie. With that absolute bombshell.
Right? Alright, well, thank you guys all for coming, and hopefully see you next week. You know, we'll see how the fate gods decide things will go.
I will not be here next week.
Oh, you won't?
No!
I'm sorry, I'll be on a plane.
Okay.
Well, we better transform into a snake before going.
I must.
I have had it with these monkey fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday plane.
Monday to Friday plane, a 5-day plane.
I've
Okay,
had
well,
it with these mother effing Slugcats on this.
Well, if you're gonna be gone, I'll talk to the floor and see if we want to still continue without you here. So, but
okay.
anyways, for everyone else,
See
hasta la
ya.
vista.